Hi, this is Sue Jackson of the Book by Book blog, and it's finally time! The Big Book Summer Challenge is here once again. I had to do a little quick math this morning. This is the 12th year of the Big Book Summer Challenge, and each year we get more and more participants, and it's so much fun. A wonderful community of readers, talking books, enjoying books. So I hope you'll join the fun this summer too. First, as you can see, I have changed my location today, trying to get into the summer vibe here. I'm even sitting in a lawn chair. I'm out on our screened porch. I was hoping you'd be able to hear the beautiful bird song behind me. There's a lot of it, but unfortunately, as is typical in my neighborhood, there is also a symphony of lawnmowers right now. So I'm hoping the microphone will take care of that, but I'm ready to jump into summer, and I hope you are too. Honestly, I don't really love summer anymore. My chronic illness makes me very heat intolerant. This week we had a little taste of it. It got up to about 86 this week and pretty humid, had to turn the AC on. I actually don't love that. But I love this about summer. I love the Big Book Summer Challenge every year. So first, just a real quick overview, and then we'll get into the details. A big book is defined as anything of 400 or more pages. Anyone can join the fun. You don't have to have a YouTube channel or a blog. We've got loads and loads of readers just joining every single summer. In fact, for the last few weeks, I've had people asking me, when does it start? Everybody at Booktopia really gets into it now too, so Big Book Summer has become something that not just me, but a lot of people really look forward to, and I hope you will too. So it is open to anyone, anywhere. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, then it's the Big Book Winter Challenge for you. No problem. It's meant to be easygoing like summer. So any book of 400 or more pages counts, and you only need to read one to participate in the challenge. And you've got the whole summer. It runs from today, Friday, May 24th, until Labor Day in the U.S., which is Monday, September 2nd this year. So you've got more than 3 months to read one big book or two, or however many you choose. If you saw my photo at the beginning of this, then you know I like to choose a whole stack and decide what to read during the summer. I'll get into my own choices in a little while. So first, a quick history. In July 2011, on my blog, I had a little epiphany for myself, and I posted a new post called The Summer of the Big Book. It was July 19th, 2011. Both of my book groups were taking the summer off, and I just decided, looking at my shelves full of books to be read, as they still are, and I thought, hey, I never have time during the year to read these really big books, so I'm going to devote the rest of the summer to reading big books. I got a good start by rereading Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which was 759 pages. And then I read The Passage by Justin Cronin, I didn't put my glasses on. I think it's 766 pages. And I finished out the summer with a real chunkster, The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett, which I'd been meaning to read for ages, and that weighed in at 973 pages. I so much enjoyed my summer of the big book, and I posted about it all that summer, and lots of other people visiting my blog commented that they were going to take my inspiration from me and also read a big book during the summer. And so the next year, I decided to make it an official reading challenge and to invite everyone to join me. And that's what I did. That was 12 years ago. For this 12th annual Big Book Summer Challenge, the rules are pretty much the same. And they're very simple rules. Again, it's meant to be easygoing, like summer. So the idea is simply you pick out whatever big book you want to read. And everything counts. Middle grade, young adult, graphic novels, audio books and ebooks certainly count. Just look up the print book online to see how many pages it is in print. If it's 400 or more, it counts. And you choose, again, you can just read one big book. Maybe there's one that you've been dying to read but you never seem to have time for. Make that your goal for the summer. Or a couple, or like me, choose a whole stack to choose from during the summer. One of the best things I've learned on BookTube is, and I don't remember who started it, but the first time I heard pile of possibilities, I was like, yes, that's me. Because I always choose more than I can possibly get through. But I both read print big books and listen to big book audios all summer long. So I actually do get through quite a few of them. And it's so satisfying because these are the books that, you know, the rest of the year I look at and I go, oh, I just don't have the time for it. I've got book group coming up, or I've got this or that challenge I want to do. So this is a great opportunity for that. So guidelines are very simple. If you do have a BookTube channel or a blog, then it would be great if you could mention the Big Book Summer Challenge in a blog post or a video. It doesn't have to be a separate video or blog post devoted to it, though that's always nice. If you've got a blog, grab the Big Book Summer Challenge image that I have on mine. And if you have a blog or video channel, then please come visit my blog page, the sign-up page for the Big Book Summer. There's a links list at the bottom. There are actually two. The first one is for sign-ups. So whether you've got a separate video or you're just mentioning it in your video, please add your link to the links list. That way I know you've signed up and other people can find your channel or blog. It's really a great community and you'll want everybody to visit this summer. So that is the way to both let me know you're participating and link your video or blog post up so that other people can find it. This year I'm going to add a stipulation because I found after the fact last year, I realized that some people on BookTube participated and I had no idea because they didn't link their video up. If you decide to participate in Big Book Summer, please tag me in the video where you talk about it so that I know that you're participating. The reason why it's important for me to know is not just because I like to know who's participating, but also there's a giveaway at the end of the summer. I give away a gift certificate to Bookshop every year, and one participant will be the lucky winner this year. So it's to your benefit to let me know that you're participating. The other fun thing is that we've got a Goodreads group for Big Book Summer every year. If you are on Goodreads, you can find the link to the Big Book Summer Challenge Goodreads group in my blog post, which is linked below. If you are simply a reader who wants to join the fun and you don't have a blog or video channel, no problem. Just leave a note in the sign-up thread in the Goodreads group for Big Book Summer. But the other thing, even if you do have a blog or video, go ahead and join the group because we've got great summer book conversations going on all year long from now until September. And it is so much fun to see what other people are reading, to talk about big books. It's a lot of fun. And the whole point of this challenge is to have fun. And that's really about it. It's super simple. Announce your intention to participate, either through a video or a blog post, or by leaving a comment either here or on my blog, or sign up in the Goodreads group simply by leaving a comment in the sign up thread. And that's it. You're in. Go to your shelves, look at your TBR list, see what's new this year, find a book of 400 or more pages, or 2 or 3 or a big stack, and start your summer reading fun. The other thing that I've learned through the Goodreads group is that every summer there's always like an big book. Some big book, often a new release, that everybody seems to be reading. Last summer it was, I should have looked this up before I started recording. It was the newest novel from the author of Cutting for Stone. I'll put the title in the picture here. I haven't read it yet, but last summer it seemed like everyone was reading that for Big Book Summer. So that's always fun too, and you can see those kind of trends in the Goodreads group. I almost forgot to mention, you can also get Big Book Summer swag like I've got. I set up a new shop this year. The old one on Zazzle was a little expensive, and I realized that, and I was really surprised when I found out how much their shipping was. So I did a lot of research. I ended up choosing Printify. The prices are a lot more reasonable. Shipping costs are not very high, and they allowed me to set my own prices. So, I mean, I'm not going to make any money off of this, really. I took my profit margin down to almost nothing, just to make sure I don't actually have to pay, so that you can get reasonable prices. So there are ceramic mugs, there's a really cool insulated mug, t-shirts, tote bags, notebooks, there's even a wine chiller cup that I think will be very popular. There are magnets and stickers. There's all kinds of fun Big Book Summer merch. I'm waiting for a couple of my items to arrive, so I'll be showing those to you in future videos, but be sure to check that out. The link is below for my new Printify shop. So now a very quick overview of my pile of possibilities, which is stacked up this high next to me. Trust by Hernan Diaz. He was a Booktopia author last year. Those of you who watch my channel know that I go to this marvelous book event called Booktopia every spring, and he was an author there when the book had first come out. So we got to meet him and listen to him talk about his book and buy a copy, and we had no idea it was going to be such a huge hit and win the Pulitzer Prize. So I still haven't read it. This one's only 402 pages, so it's one of my smaller big books, and I really want to fit it in this summer. Okay, this is a chunkster. Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. I've been meaning to read this for years. I am taking advantage of Big Book Summer and the June on the Range event, an annual booktube event, to finally tackle this chunkster. I just got it as a gift for Mother's Day, and I will be reading this in June, probably most of the month of June. This one's like 900 pages, so that's going to take me a while. I've got Empire Falls by Richard Russo. I've never read a Richard Russo novel. Can you believe it? So a few of these fall into that category. For gifts for the past 6 months or so, I had given my family, instead of specific books, a list of authors I've never read that I want to try. Richard Russo was one of those. I got this for Christmas. This also won the Pulitzer. So really excited to read this. This one's not too bad, about 500 pages, though it's pretty dense text. So hoping to get to that this summer. White Teeth by Zadie Smith, another wonderful author I've never read. So going to tackle that this summer. And this is a shorter one, just over 400 pages. This one I have to get to this summer because it's been in my Big Book Summer stack. I think this is the 3rd year. And I've been dying to read it ever since it was released. My husband gave it to me a couple of Christmases ago. It's a National Book Award finalist. Probably everyone else has already read it. Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr. I really want to read this. It's about 550 pages, so hoping to tackle that this summer. You know I won't get to all of these, but a girl can hope. The Firekeeper's Daughter, another one I have been dying to read that it seems like everyone else in the world has already read, by Angeline Boulley. This one is not too bad. It's just under 500 pages. I usually start the summer with a shortish book, and especially since I want to read Lonesome Dove in June, this may be my first book of Big Book Summer between now and the end of May. Okay, so the big chunksters are on the bottom here. Drums of Autumn by Diana Gabaldon. Last summer I read Voyager, book 3 in her Outlander series. It was my favorite so far in this series. They're all amazing. Now these books are really hefty, and they are big, dense pages. It's 880 pages. This one will probably take me an entire month as well. I'm thinking July, because we should be vacationing a bit in July, and these books are great for our camping vacations when I have a little more reading time. But so last summer I read Voyager. It was also more than 800 pages, about 850 or so. Took me a whole month to read it, but when I got to the end, I immediately began reading the excerpt from Drums of Autumn that was at the end of it. That's what these books are like. You finish reading almost 900 pages and you want more. So can't wait to dive into this. And my husband has his own Big Book Summer stack. I'll include a photo of that. And so he has book 2, Dragonfly and Amber. He's hoping to read more of the series as well. We both love it. And finally, The Ferryman by Justin Cronin. My husband read this for Big Book Summer last year. I think I gave it to him for Father's Day last year. This looks big, but it's a nice hardcover. So, bigger print, and it's really only just over 500 pages, so not that bad. We both love Justin Cronin. As I mentioned, The Passage was one of my own first Big Book Summer reads, and this is a standalone that I've heard is just wonderful. So that's my giant pile of possibilities. But I want to hear from you. Will you join the Big Book Summer Challenge this year? What big books have you been dying to tackle? Let me know in the comments down below.